Hello or welcome back. Today's look is a Jack Frost inspired makeup tutorial. I figured since we're moving into the few most frigid months of winter, it made sense to do a frostbitten Jack Frost makeup tutorial. If you like this look, please give it a thumbs up. That way I know if you like or dislike videos so I can create better content for you. And if you like what you're seeing, please feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you part of the family. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments down below and I will answer them to the best of my knowledge. So let's get started. So white body paint is kind of tricky. It usually goes on really kind of patchy. I would suggest putting some of that down and then going over the top with cream paint. I did that a little bit here because cream paint just destroys my skin, so putting that barrier between the cream and my natural skin is vital. After that, you're going to take just your normal everyday concealer powder and then just go over the top. You don't want to be stark white, you just want to look extremely pale. From there, we're just going to do some general contouring. And as I always say, don't forget to contour down your neck and onto your chest. The highlighting really isn't necessary, but I did it anyways. I think it's a force of habit, but I used a shimmery white and just did mild amount of highlighting around my face. After that, you're gonna take pinks and reds and start frostbiting your face. I suggest always starting with a lighter color and then going darker. I mean, you can't really remove darker colors as easily as you can add darker ones to an already existing makeup. Here I am now using some red body paint to give it a more patchy, broken blood vessel appearance. I would just say just get a really patchy brush and just do that. You're then going to add black and then some blue. This might be a little TMI, but when you get frostbite, your skin is actually expanding and will end up bursting over time. So what you're going to do is go in with a light blue and a little bit of red a bit later and just put in some of your veins coming to the surface. Also, when you're putting down veins, consider where your veins naturally occur around your face. So around your nose, your lips, your eyes, they all are really close to the surface there. So focusing in those areas will make it look more realistic. Don't go crazy with the red. The red is more supposed to be like the skin is about to tear there and it's irritated. And so kind of more like those blood vessels are really close to the surface and potentially starting to bleed. So don't go crazy and add them everywhere like the blue. We're going to keep the eye pretty simple. I'm just putting a white shadow over my lid, inner corner, and everywhere else around my eye. And then I'm just going to do the same technique we did with the frostbite, but only with pink around the outer corners of my eyes. Then I'm just adding a little bit of black eyeshadow underneath my lower lash line and kind of dragging it out to the corner. It gives a small bit of cat eye, but it's not something that's so dramatic. Then go ahead and fill in your eyebrows with white. It may take a few layers, but trust me, they'll get white eventually. And then throw some on your lashes as well. You could stop right here or keep going with me. I decided to add some fun elements to my Jack Frost. I am actually putting snowflakes and some frost going over one shoulder. I'm just going over with white body paint and then I'm shading the snowflakes because they're more like scars, not necessarily just painted on. So we're going to try to fake that a little bit later with shadow. After that, I then add some frost over the one shoulder and then we're going to bedazzle the crap out of this area. And I just realized I forgot to film how to do the lips. It's the same technique you've used all over your face, but you go a little more exaggerated on it. So I ended up adding a lot of blood and black to it later. When it comes to the shading on the scars, it does not need to be perfect. Actually, you don't want it to be at all because scars are really jaggedy and the shadow cast by them are not going to be consistent all the way around. So be as messy as you want, and if there's some areas that look a little strange, you can go back over them with white a little bit later. I then decided to powder my snowflake a little because it seemed a little too white and I wanted it to be a little more flesh toned. I'm just using some eyelash glue and then using the end of a brush to get my gems to stick on, and then I'm throwing on some, well, it's just flour, but baby powder would work better. It just gives a little bit of like frost and snow is on you. Totally optional. And that's it. That wasn't too hard, right? And plus, now you look super rad. So I want to say thank you for tuning in and watching, and I hope to see you back here again.